It is that time of year again. It's Sephora savings event. So this is the time where I make a video to talk about my recommendations, my cautions of shopping, as well as going into my Sephora cart and seeing my very large wish list and trying to whittle that down to as little as possible while I can still enjoy the savings event, but not go broke. So if that is something you want to watch, then stick around. Hi everybody, my name is Catherine. I'm a beauty and reselling enthusiast, and those are the things that I love to talk about on this channel. If that's something you like to watch, consider subscribing before you go. I love making these videos because I love talking about everything beauty, and Sephora savings event is like a holiday for us beauty lovers. And so it's just a fun way to kind of talk about what works well for us, from our past purchases and what we recommend, what we try to avoid, as well as just all the things that have been on a wish list and just seeing what items I want to introduce into my collection while also doing it very smartly, right? We don't need to go out and spend thousands of dollars to buy makeup. I mean, if that's you, good for you. Good for you. That's not me. So I really like to take this time to kind of critically analyze all the things that are in my wish list that have been accumulating for quite some time, probably since the last savings event, and then kind of talk about if I want to pick them up, if I don't want to pick them up. I was smart and had time. I actually even went into a Sephora this past weekend and swatched a lot of the stuff out, which is going to help me immensely reduce my cart. So I'll be inserting some clips here and there. I'm not really sure how I'm going to be doing it, how I'm formatting it at this time, but you'll see some clips and stuff like that in this video. But let's kind of start with what is the Sephora savings event and what are the percentages and all that jazz. So I'll put it up here on the corner for you. So it is actually starting on April 4th, which, if I'm not mistaken, let me go to my calendar, is a Friday. So it starts April 4th for Rouge members, and then for VIB and Insider members, it starts on April 8th, and it goes all the way till the 14th for everybody. The Sephora collection is 30% off. Everything from Sephora collection, people who have Rouge, who get the first access, get 20% off, VIB get 15, and Insiders get 10. So you could sign up today and be an Insider, and then VIB and Rouge is just based off of how much money you spend. So I am a Rouge member, which I don't think I'll be a Rouge member. I was just looking at how much I have to spend in order to stay a Rouge member, and I don't think that's going to happen for me this year. I've really cut back on buying new things, especially new things from Sephora. I've kind of been buying things from other places, but just cutting back in general. So I don't think I'm going to keep my Rouge status, which is like a little sad, but whatever. So my cautions for you are, yes, having the Sephora sale is wonderful. Having everything in one place is really great, especially depending on how much you purchase. You can get free shipping and stuff like that, but it is not the best deal. So if you see a few things that you like that happen to be from the same brand, for instance, you may want to go look at that brand's website, because most likely they're going to have a better sale, better than Rouge. If you're not Rouge, sometimes 20, 25, 30% off, depending on what brand you're going with. So I always recommend that. Yeah, if you're not Rouge, I would look at other places, especially if you're only picking up a few things and they happen to be from the same brand. But it is nice to have everything all together. Also too, we want to make sure that we use the code SAVE MORE when you're checking out. Do I have any other cautions? Not really. Oh, also always check like You For Me. It's a beauty reselling website that I always recommend, things that I send my own products to that I'm not going to be using and haven't been touched. And sometimes you can find the newest of new there for way cheaper, and you don't need a discount. It's just already cheaper to begin with. So that might be something to look into as well. But let's jump into my recommendations. Now, I will leave my previous recommendation playlist on the screen for you if you want to see. I try to always recommend different products, and I think all the ones that I have in here are different except for one, and I'm resharing this one because it's such a good one. So let's get into that. The first one that I'm going to re-recommend, and that's just because I truly do love it, is the Sephora Collection brush 99. Can we see that right there? This is the 99 brush. This is such a multifunctional tool for me. I really use it a lot for like my cream powders. Like today I used it for my cream bronzer. And it just has a really nice like kind of tapered bit to it. This is wonderful. This is my favorite Sephora brush, and especially with the Sephora Collection being 30% off all Sephora Collection, this is a great deal in my opinion. So would continue to recommend this brush. Yes, so much so. Now here's where it gets a little bit sticky. I think I got these next two products during my last haul, so I don't think I've had time to recommend them, but they're both ones that I would recommend. So this one is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing Shaping Serum. I do have mine in Fair. This one is really nice because it is a very natural looking bronzer. It's kind of like a gel formula. It's one of those that you can build up, but you're not going to build up to like a powder bronzer or anything like that. This is just a really nice color formula, natural looking type of product. So it's not going to be anything super pigmented, but something I do recommend. I actually didn't think that I would like this kind of dual opening. How would you describe it? Yeah, so it has like a pump top right here, but then it also has like, you can open it up and it has a doe foot on it as well. So I wasn't sure how much I was gonna like that, but I actually do. I use both of them, both ways to open it. So something I would recommend. Another bronzer that I think I picked up in the last one is from Say Beauty. This is their Dew Bronze bronzer. I have mine in the shade Salt, which actually I believe is not the fair shade, but it is the cooler shade. So I have fair with cool neutral leaning undertones. So anything that is more of a cooler undertone, especially for bronzers, is something I like to pick up. So this is a really nice one. Again, kind of more of a gel like formula with the doe foot and everything. Really, really nice. A little bit, probably a lot of it more pigmented than the Makeup by Mario one, but something I still recommend. I just realized all of my products that I'm recommending are cream products, which is kind of interesting. I didn't think it would be like that, but that's how it goes. My next recommendation is actually from Huda Beauty. These are her newer blush filters. This one is in the shade Coco Loco. I believe I also picked this one up in my last one. I picked this one up and another shade, and I really have been into kind of this like, is it blush, is it bronzer kind of moment, very nude type looking blushes and stuff like that. I actually have an idea of like doing a video of showcasing all my nude blushes and kind of maybe do a ranking or something like that. Let me know in the comments down below if that's something you'd be interested in. I just like have such a fascination with nude blushes at this very moment, and I just like can't seem to get enough of them, and you will see in my wish list many more that will be coming home to me. So this was kind of the start of that obsession, and this is a very pigmented product, so be quite cautious with this, but it comes in so many different shades, and you just need a dot or two, and make sure you work on one side first before you work on the other side, because it's like a stain basically for your cheeks, but it's very long lasting. It looks beautiful, so many different colors, but I really like that Coco Loco one, and then I think I got a latte one as well. That one I have not used on my face yet. That's gonna be something more I'm gonna use towards like summertime and stuff like that. I do a Shop My Stash every month, which that's where this makeup comes from. I'll list everything down below that's currently in my Shop My Stash. It'll still be the March one. I haven't done my April one yet. I still need to film that. So getting back to it, that latte one will be in probably a very soon near future Shop My Stash, just because of the color of it. Another blush that I am recommending is actually from Armani. This is the Luminous Silk Cheek Tint in 62. This is actually more of a mauve one, which is surprising because I have been more on this like nude craze moment. But this one's really pretty too. This one I feel like has a little bit more give time compared to the Huda Beauty one. So this one you could put on both sides of your cheek and then it will spread out, and it won't be as you won't have to work as quick with it. It has like a little bit more give time than this one does, but still something I really recommend. And I really like this color. It's just a very nice kind of like neutral pink type of color. It's not like super duper pink. It's not warm. It's not too cool. It's just a really nice in-between moment. So would recommend that. This one is actually an older product. This is from Fenty Beauty, and this is their Eavesdrop Blur Smooth and Tint Stick. So I do remember picking this up, and I used it during one of my Shop My Stashes, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I like this. I was actually thinking I was going to declutter it, but then I opted to put it in another Shop My Stash, which is why I do this, so I get like a good representation of what the product is before, you know, I decide to say goodbye to it. And the second time I used it, I actually really did like it. My first thoughts were that it was a little bit too oily, a little bit too emollient on the face, and I do have combo oilier side of the things on the combo. But the second time I used it, I don't know, I don't know if I used less or what the change was. Maybe it was just the products that I was using with it, but I just really liked this. I do have mine in the shade 2. That was another thing I had some kind of issue with, is that I felt like the shades were a little off. So with this product in particular, because it's more of a tint than anything else, this shade encompasses a lot more shades, but I just didn't feel like the shade ranges were that great. But for me, this one actually does work. Like, the color does work for me, and I've learned to use a little bit less, like more is less, or no, less is more when it comes to this. But I really did enjoy the look of this the second go around that I did, so would recommend this if you're in the market for a stick foundation, which apparently is like now all the rage. Like, tons of people are coming out with stick foundations. Like the ColourPop one, I actually thought about picking up the ColourPop one, but then I was like, nay, you have the Fenty one that you haven't finished, so let's finish that one first before we go pick up anything else. But something that I do like. Now, something that I always recommend, and this is just the newest of the new, this is the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. So if you are interested in getting anything Natasha Denona, or even just, you know, more designer makeup brands, if you will, this is a great time to do it. Again, still make sure you check their website, because sometimes they have better deals, and like codes and stuff like that. But this is just one of her newest palettes. It is really pretty. It is currently in my Shop My Stash. It's not what I'm wearing on my eyes today, unfortunately, but something really pretty. I do have a swatching video of this that I can link for you too. It's actually kind of funny, because when you initially look at it, you're like, oh, this is like a orange kind of palette, but it actually is more of like a rosy type of palette. The looks that I've gotten with it have been a little bit on the rosier side, and again, that's just kind of the shades that you use, but I do recommend it. This is a great quality. Mine did come broken. I did buy this from Natasha Denona, which is usually how I buy my Natasha Denona products, is from her website, because the shipping is like incredibly fast, and usually very packaged, and this one was packaged very well, but one of the shades actually broke. It's probably the most interesting shade in the palette too, that broke, that I had to like smush it back in. Luckily I was able to like reach out to them, and they gave me a refund. But another recommendation is anything Natasha Denona, if you got your eye on it. All right, so that is it for my personal recommendations. Now let's dive on into my very large wish list, and let's try to get it as teeny tiny as possible. All right, let's see if this all works out for us. Sorry, I just like keep looking at my hair. I just got a cut, and I don't think they did a very good job, so it's up in a pony and it's just kind of bothering me, but we're gonna go with it. All right, so looky here, 49 items in my cart. Oh wow. Um, so my process of it is that I don't really shop at Sephora that much anymore, so I just kind of use this as like a bookmarking tool. So anytime that I'm watching videos that somebody influences me, I go put it in my cart and I wait for these sales because I want some money off, right? So that's why it's so large. But let's dive on into it and see how large money-wise it is. And I have lots of tabs open, so um, it's gonna take a while for things to load. All right, look at that, 1630, $1,630. So much money. I will not be spending that much money. Granted, that's even before the discount, but we're not talking about that. So we are going to go through these and we are going to decide what we want and what we don't want. So let's go along this journey. So the first item I have is this Shiseido eyelash curler at a whopping $27. It is a Best of Beauty award winner from Allure, but does that really mean much these days? I don't know. So I've heard really great things about this eyeshadow curler or eyelash curler. I have one that I've had for quite some time and I feel like it does a pretty decent job, but I've just heard some really, really great things about it. So let's open it up and let's talk about it. Let's see what the reviews are and everything. So it has just over 4-star reviews from 3,000 people. Closing some tabs out to hopefully make it not as laggy. All right, so some of the reviews. Must have for my straight lash girlies. She knows how much it is, how insane it is to spend that much on an eyelash curler. But if they don't stay curled, you need this. Must have. Actually worth the money. Works amazingly. Use it every day. Made my lashes look amazing. Amazing, but not reliable. Best eyelash curler I've used, but it's not reliable. I bought this twice and it keeps breaking. Not durable for price and disappointed with it now. Ooh, that's a little depressing. All right. So as of right now, I think we're going to keep it in there and we're going to see. But you let me know. Do you have any, have you tried this and would you recommend it? Something new that I didn't get a chance to check out in store, but this is the new Laura Mercier bronze color infusion talc-free matte and luminous duo. So it's kind of cool how it has a matte side and a duo side, which I think is really great for kind of, customizing what you want. I chose the light rosy bronze, which is also something I like. I like more of a rosy type of bronze. I feel like that looks a little bit more natural on me. And so this is the lightest shade. And okay, before, she doesn't look too like fair, maybe, I don't know, but this is what it looks like afterwards. Oh goodness, I apologize for the lag. That's what it looks like afterwards. What do we think? Like I said, I wasn't able to swatch this in store because it wasn't available in store, or else I would have. Let's see, that's more on a lighter side. I don't know, that top one just looks a little bit muddy to me. What do we think? Dual matte and luminous bronzer that provides 12-hour wear and soft warmth, radiance, and definition in one step for healthy looking glow. Pigment and pearl infusion. Neutral, warm, and rosy pearl tones mimic natural undertones of sun-kissed skin. This is the problem because it's a new product. It's going to be all incentivized reviews. So if you ever want to check out like real reviews, because I do get sent products to test out, like just like this. I have gotten products before that have not been released on the market and to write reviews and stuff like that. I do my best to write very authentic, real reviews, even if it was sent to me for free, but that isn't always the case with everybody. So I always like to click non-incentivized reviews, and you kind of get a truer feel of people who actually spent their money on it. Let's see. This person is the only non-incentivized review. I got the lightest shade, but it didn't show up on me at all. That was a lot of powder fallout, and highlight had actual sparkles on it that I saw all over my face after applying. And they do have fair skin tones, so that would match mine. So that is a little disconcerting because I don't want sparkles on my face. If we click back to non-incentivized reviews, what did this get? 4.6. I kind of want to see what the 4 reviews look like. Beautiful finish. This was very nice. The color payoff was darker than I expected. Just looking at the product, I will say that for this being the deepest shade, deepest of what was featured, I'm not sure if this is the deepest shade of line. While it did show on my skin, I don't think it would work for darker tones than mine. Okay, so it looks like some difficulties with the dark tones. After using for a few days, I love the option of matte and luminous in one compact. The color isn't overly pigmented, so I can adjust it as I want. The combo of both has laid beautifully on bare skin or over foundation. I haven't noticed any patchy application. Looks smooth on my skin without emphasizing any unwanted areas. Okay. Let's see. I don't usually use bronzer daily, but this one I would. I love the way it covered my skin. I was able to use it in more than one way. The coverage was good as well and doesn't look cakey after applying and wearing for some time. Alright, so this one I'm going to just keep for now. I have a feeling I probably will not end up picking this up. Like, I kind of want to see other people's reviews on it. That brown shade, though, it does look a little bit orangey to me. I don't know if that looks orangey to anybody else, but to me it does. So we'll keep it for now, but most likely I won't be getting it. So then moving forward to Laneige. This one I also didn't get a chance to check out in store, or else I would have. You should have seen me at that Sephora store. I was all over the place, and it was so busy. It was, oh my gosh, it was so busy. I thought malls were dead. Man, when I went to the mall, my local mall, it's not dead. There was tons of people there. But I did not see a Laneige little area, so I didn't get to check these out. But this is the Glaze Craze Tinted Polypeptide Lip Serum. And I originally was thinking the shade Cinnamon Sugar. I think I might have another shade in there as well. Maybe this Sugar Glaze in here. But let's see what it looks like. So wow, that does look really pretty. My fear is that it's going to be a little bit more opaque than what I'm wanting. Like, even though it says it's a lip serum, I don't know why. I'm thinking more of like because it also has glaze in it. So is it like a serum-y glaze type of thing? I don't know. I really wish I would have been able to see this in store. Good for loss of firmness, peptides, blah, 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 blah. A nourishing tinted Korean lip serum with donut-inspired shades and flavors for visibly plump lips with a buildable high shine finish. Let's go down to reviews and see. There we go. Again, let's go to non-incentivized. I love it. Smells yummy and feels nice on the lips. Doesn't dry my lips. Love how long it lasts. I like the fact that this is a lightweight gloss with high shine and tinted finish. It lasts for a long time. For me personally, about 1.5 hours before I have to reapply, which is longer than most lip products I've tried and have. I like the applicator, but mine came with a bubble inside, making it uneven. This one's a winner. Slight tint. The applicator on my lips are so soft, easy to apply. Not usually a fan of other $20 lip product brands, but I would buy this again. Oh my god, love the applicator, the texture, the smell. Get some 1-star reviews. I've been using this for a couple weeks and it doesn't seem to be doing anything. The cinnamon sugar is listed as a mauve pink, but it's definitely more brown toned. Gets on your teeth like nothing I've ever experienced. Sticking to Summer Fridays or Aquaphor. Okay. So most likely, let's look at this. Sometimes I just like to look. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's as pigmented as I feared that it was. But, you know, I don't think I need this. So I'm going to remove this from my cart. So we got our first victim. Removing from the cart. Ugh, okay. This is what I can't stand about Sephora. The Sephora cart is that when you change something, it changes your whole cart. Like it's like pushes everything around. So now we have to go back up the top and realize what we were up to. Okay, so this is one I did try in store. This is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip 12-Hour Hydrating Gel Skin Tint. I do have 2 shades in here that I tested out. So I tried out shade 2, which is Fair Neutral, and then shade 3, which is Fair Cool. So when I actually put them on my wrist, the cool one looked very cool, but my body is a little bit more tan than my face. And so then when I put it, like I did a cheek test, the cooler one, so number 3, worked a lot better for me. So I am going to pick up number 3, but let's talk a little bit more about this. The Hydro Grip 12-Hour Hydrating Gel Skin Tint. I've liked a lot of things from the Hydro Grip line, so I was very excited to see this come out. And it is long wearing, non-comedogenic, light coverage, niacinamide, triple powered hyaluronic acid, and buildable light to medium coverage with a natural dewy finish. So what's going to get me is that dewy finish, because I don't necessarily like dewy finish. I like a natural finish. But I'm willing to try this. First time, I have a feeling like it's not going to be as dewy as I'm thinking it is in my head, but I could totally be wrong. So let's look at some reviews of this. Okay, so I'm going to really narrow down my preferences on here so I can get a very good idea of what it's like going to be like for my combo oily skin with this particular shade. So this person said, it pilled. The product is nice, but it isn't buildable at all. After I applied a second layer, completely pilled on me. If you want a very sheer look, don't plan on building the coverage. It's fine, but if not, this isn't for you. Going to be my summer favorite. Didn't I pick a shade? Oh, maybe there isn't one with that shade. Going to be my summer favorite. I have a combination skin which gets a bit oilier in the summer. The skin tint sits almost seamlessly on my skin while providing good amount of coverage. It's lightweight but gives a healthy glow to the skin. So that's what I'm thinking it's going to be. It's more of a healthy kind of glow opposed to like a dewy finish. Use a good skin prep. So good, so buildable. Lots of people say sheer, and it's pretty sheer if you go with just fingers, but a foundation brush packs a little bit more, and there's so much more product to work with. Somebody said they returned it. This was awful. I've been using the IT Cosmetics CC cream for years and felt this was similar when I swatched it at Sephora, but once I tried it on my face, I hated it. It doesn't seem to go on smooth and also made my face itchy. Ooh, it sounds like somebody had an allergic reaction to it. Let's see. Amazing. A must purchase. Love this product. Such a good coverage for skin tint and lasts so well throughout the day. So I think I'm going to try this one. I am going to pick it up in the shade 3. So let's go back to our cart. So I have 2 and 3 in my cart. So I'm going to take out shade 2. See what it does? It just messes up everything. So this Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize Cream Eyeshadow in Oyster Pearl. This has been on my bucket list for a little while, and I just still haven't bit the bullet on it. And I actually did go and swatch it for the first time. I don't think I have a video of that, but I did swatch it, and you know what? It looks just like the Tom Ford one that I have already. So I am going to not get this. We're not even going to go into reviews because it's something that's been on the market for such a long time. And here we go with the moving around of everything. All right, so let's go into the Merit Flush Bomb Cream Blush. This has been something on my bucket list for quite some time, and I believe I have it in a few different shades. I did go in and I did swatch this, and there is one shade that I'm pretty sure I want to pick up. So this rates at just over 4 stars for almost 2,000 people reviewing it. We have tons of different shades. The shade that I'm going to probably pick up is, where is it? Bespoke. There we go. Bespoke, a medium pink brown. Again, I tell you, I'm on a nude blush type of moment and I cannot be stopped. So this is a medium pink brown. A little bit concerned that it's a balm. Now I am on the oilier side of things. So balms and oily, I feel like they don't really go together. So I'm afraid it's not going to be very long lasting, which is going to be a problem. So it's like, no matter how beautiful it is, if it's not going to last for me, then what's the point, right? Let me close out some more of these tabs because we are working real slow. Okay, so that is the color, not on any of the models, just swatched out from there. But let's go to the ratings. All right, again, non-incentivized, and then I want to get skin type. I always do combo and oily. Done. Let's see. Did I already do it? Okay. It didn't change anything. So I was like, did it change? All right. So we have 5 stars, completely in love with everything about this blush, from the packaging to the formula to the shades. I mean, this formula can't be beat. I think other red blushes from their Rouge shades has reignited my love for blushes. Staple makeup. I got this for my sister for her birthday and she loves it. Someone said this wasn't a good color, the archival one. I picked up this color last weekend and was shocked when I used it. Maybe it just doesn't go with my skin tone, but it looked like nothing on my skin. Been using Cheeky and Apres and love both, but archival is a total miss for me. Let's see. So, I mean, we're getting some, I mean, the reviews look decent for people who have like combo oily skin. Here we go. Does not last long. Product goes on easy, but does not last long throughout the day. Also ended up buying a second because I went through the first so fast. Goodness. Did not make me break out and gave me a nice glossy glow, just minimal staying power. So it's like, I don't know if I want a glossy glow either. I like a silky type of look on my blush, but I don't like a glossy look. So I'm a little bit concerned with that. Let's see, try the shades on in store first. So Bespoke, I chose the new shade Bespoke, trying the blush the first time. The swatches look so pretty. I have medium tan skin with a warm undertone. The shade looked terrible on me, too dark and muddy, like a bronzer, a bronzer in the wrong shade. Okay. So I think I might try it. This is one of those products that I'm like, this might be the one that I'm willing to try to see if I like it, but I may not like it. And does that sound silly? Probably. But let's kind of go through my cart just really quick and get rid of the ones, because I know I want the one in Bespoke. That one was the prettiest one that I swatched. See, it all switches up. So we're getting a preview of my cart. That one's Cheeky. We'll get rid of that one. And I think we had, Bespoke. I think that was it. Okay. Oh, here's another Laneige one. We'll get rid of that one. We've decided we don't want the Laneige. All right, back to the top. Now that you can see everything in my cart and it's no longer a surprise. All right, so the Makeup by Mario, actually 2 Makeup by Mario products. The Master Mattes eyeshadow palette, the neutrals. So last time I got the Ethereal Eyes, the Moonlight one. Absolutely loved it. That was the first time I tried Makeup by Mario's an eyeshadow palette, and it was so beautiful, like literally one of my favorites for the year. So I was like, oh, maybe I want to get just the nude palette to see, because I really did like the shimmers that he had as well as the mattes. But when I saw this in store, I was like, you know what, it's pretty, but not something I need for $52. Like, I don't need that many variations of neutrals in my collection. Like, would I use it? I'm sure I would, but I feel like I have that already, just in different palettes. Like, would it be nice that it's all in one palette? For sure. But I just, for $52, even with 20% off, that just seems like a lot. The formula is great though. Don't get me wrong, it's a really great formula, but I just don't think I need all of those in one palette. So we are going to say goodbye to that. But before we say goodbye to that, because it's going to change everything, there was also the Makeup by Mario Master Mascara Volumizing and Lift, and I think this is relatively new. So let's take a look at this. So it has almost 5 stars from 115 people, but I bet you a lot of that is going to be incentivized. But I did see this in store and I was very curious about it. So the wand is something that I really enjoy because I do have hooded eyes, so something a little bit teeny tinier works best for my eyes, my eye shape. I do usually prefer more of a silicone wand with like shorter bristles, but you know, I'm eager to try something new. So let's kind of see what some of the results are. Universal formula for all lash types. So to be honest, this is kind of my lash type. They're nothing to write home about, but if you could get that, that would be beautiful if that is unretouched. So yeah, I usually prefer more volumizing opposed to lengthening, which this is what it's promising. So I think I'm going to try this one out, even though it's $28. I hate paying that much money for a stupid mascara, especially because you go through it so quickly that it's like if you find one that you love that is damn near $30, you're buying like one every 3 months. It's hard. It's hard. It's just hard. But I think I'm willing to try it. So this one says it's a volumizing mascara for visibly fuller, longer, and lifted lashes. This clump-resistant formula was perfected by Mario after 25 years of artistry. I surely do hope it is actually clump-resistant, because that type of brush kind of looks like it would create clumps, just in my experience with things. Let's see. The reviews, again, you know what we're going to do. Non-incentivized. It's okay. It's a good natural mascara, but it doesn't hold the curl after when I use the eyelash curler. It is a wet formula. Ooh, I don't really like wet formulas. I like ones that are kind of like in between wet and dry. Someone says it flakes. Ugh, I really wanted this mascara. Applied well, buildable, and rich black color, but it flakes so much. I also had a feeling that it was flake. Like, just again with that like wand shape and just like I don't know. I just had an inkling that it could. Let's see. Wow, I'm amazed, and I didn't get it for free to try. I purchased this mascara the first day it came out. This is really so good. It's very black and not too wet. So this is why you have to read a lot of reviews, because somebody said it's way too wet, someone says it's not too wet. I have very sensitive eyes, so I can't wear a lot of mascaras. It does everything it claims to do, even after just 1 to 2 coats. Not clumpy, doesn't flake or smudge. Just told my mom and sister that they needed to buy it. Other people saying they love it. New favorite. Oh, so maybe again, it's one of those I bite the bullet and try it anyways. So let's get rid of the Makeup by Mario. Moving forward, the Patrick Ta blushes. So we have a few of them. So I already have one of them, and I believe it's in the shade Not Too Much. Let me try to figure out which one that one is. Not Too Much. So this is the shade that I already have, and I like this formula. So Patrick Ta recommends doing the powder first and then the cream on top of it. I actually don't prefer it that way. I feel like it gets too oily that way. So I will flip it for more of a, I don't know, intuitive way that I would think about using it, and it does last a little bit longer. So the Not Too Much one is described as a soft rosy taupe, and I kind of feel like it leans a little bit more on the peachy side of stuff. But grammar. I still wanted to pick up a few other shades, and I saved them on my phone. So let's see, because some of them are quite similar. I won't lie. They are very, very similar to each other. And I even swatched them out next to each other, and yes, they still are very similar. So the ones that I thought were really pretty were she goes to the gym, so I think that's this one. Yeah, a cool mauve rose, which I still don't feel, I mean, I guess it's kind of cool tone. Let me pull it up. Like, I mean, it's really pretty. And again, I know I've been more on the nude blushy side, but I also kind of love like the mauve tones too. They just haven't been striking me as hard as the nude ones. But there was this one, and then let's see what the other one was that I really wanted. Not, I think it's the She's Seductive, if I'm not mistaken. I really wish I would have been a better record keeper of things. But let's go back to my cart. So we're going to keep the She Goes to the Gym, and let's go down to my other blush that I have, because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, She's Seductive. That was the other one that I swatched out, which I won't lie. I know this is crazy. It actually seems very similar to the Not Too Much one, but also a little bit different. And I think I'm going to get both of them. So this is the She Seductive Warm Mauve Rose. So I think I'm comfortable with getting both of those. Okay, so those aren't going anywhere. Let's close out of those tabs and go back to the top. All right, so then we get to the Glossier Cloud Paint Gel Cream Blush, and I don't believe, I know they had some at the store, but they didn't have the shade that I wanted to try, or maybe I just forgot to swatch it or something like that. But this is the shade that I wanted to try, which was in the color Storm, which they describe as a warm rose. Now, I actually do have the Cloud Paint one in the bronzer, which I've recommended before, which is really, really beautiful. Actually, it's what I have today. And it's a really beautiful formula. It's a very lightweight kind of sheer formula. So that's why I feel like I could have gotten away with this like warm rosy color. Let's see what the swatches are. I don't know if you can hear my cat trying to break into my office. All right, so here are the swatches. Storm is this third one from the bottom. I just think that's so pretty. And I think with it kind of sheared out, like it would look really pretty on fair skin tone. So this, okay, I was looking at these pictures beforehand, and what I don't appreciate, so looks beautiful, right? But then it says Cloud Paint in Puff and Storm, so like they mix the two. I don't appreciate that. I just want to see it in the one color. I love that you can mix and match them. That's really great, and kind of create your own custom colors. But I just wanted to see it. Like this one just says in Storm. Love it. Looks beautiful on her, but she's not my skin tone, so I don't know how it's gonna look. Let's see. Leaves dewy finish. I don't necessarily agree that it leaves a dewy finish. I feel like it leaves a nice kind of, I don't know, now I'm trying to feel it. Does it leave a dewy finish? Nah, it can be powdered down and it looks really nice. Let's go down to reviews. All right, I remember reading this review yesterday. I like how she swatched them out too. Yeah, Storm is this shade right here. Again, really, I think it's beautiful. I think I'm gonna get it. Ugh. I think I'm gonna get it. Can you hear my cat literally trying to break into the door? Okay, so I know that I had this in my cart as well as another one, which is the black cherry one. I don't think I need the black cherry one. If I'm gonna go with the Storm one, I think I'm okay with just picking up one. Let's move along. See, I hate this, how it mixes everything up. Okay, how many times can I say that? So the next product is the Kosas Cloud Set Airy Setting Spray and Smoothing Mist. So it has almost 5 stars from 29 ratings. Again, this is really new, so I bet most of those are gonna be incentivized, but I was very, very curious about this. So it says it's hydrating, long-wearing, alcohol-free, non-comedogenic, a refreshing skin-caring setting spray mist that hydrates, smooths, and locks makeup into place for 12 hours. Alcohol-free, non-comedogenic, normal, dry, combo skin. Let's get to about reviews. Dang, almost 5 stars. Okay, again, non-incentivized. Wow. Okay, there's actually a lot. No, non-incentivized. Why? There we go. Just my computer. Just like my brain. My computer needed to catch up. This product is super lightweight, refreshing, and dewy. Ooh, no, not dewy. Makeup didn't crease, good moisture, and worked well with house concealer. The Kosas Cloud Setting Spray is fantastic finishing touch to makeup routine. This mister is ultra fine, which I absolutely love, and even delivering a soft, weightless veil over the skin. There's no scent, making it great for those who prefer fragrance-free products. The packaging feels sleek and high quality, adding to the overall experience. Once applied, it beautifully melts makeup together, creating a seamless, natural finish. It adds a subtle glow without making the skin look wet or oily, just healthy, lit from within radiance. I like that. Perfect for setting makeup while keeping everything balanced. A dancer's must-have. What does a dancer have to say about it? I've been testing out the Kosas and I'm seriously impressed. It gives makeup a fresh, natural finish without feeling heavy or sticky. The mist is super fine. Doesn't have any weird droplets. Still looks hydrated. No cakey or dry patches. Actually worth the money. Absolutely love this product. Was able to be one of the first to try it and definitely didn't disappoint. I have a feeling some of these, how they're written, seem like they were incentivized but didn't mark the little button that they were incentivized, so that's a little bit irritating. Especially, let's look at this. Yeah, I feel like that is a PR package box. Okay, does that change my feelings about it? I don't know. That will also be on the maybe list. All right, so let's quickly, I'm going to quickly go through all of these lip liners and pull them up. Actually, I don't even know why I'm going to do that. You know why? Because I'm going to delete all of them. I didn't like any of them. I did swatch them out, and none of the colors looked really great for me. I mean, they seemed kind of like just a regular lip pencil. There was nothing special about it. Even $15 is a pretty good price for a relatively good price for a Sephora product. But I think the lip liners from ColourPop are even better and they're cheaper. So I'm going to get rid of all these, which is going to be fun to try to find them and get rid of them. There's one. It's like a little Pokemon. You gotta catch them all. One that I will get rid of too, this is the Lancome Tinted Ultra Wear All Over Full Coverage Concealer. I initially thought the Cool Ivory one was gonna be for me, the 110 Ivory Cool. When I was in store and I swatched this is way yellow. Way dark and way yellow. And I even swatched one below that too. What was it, the 90? Is this the 91? No, that's the 95. The 90, which is the most fairest of shades, and it was too yellow, and this is like a full coverage concealer. I don't think I'm ready for full coverage concealer. It just seemed kind of heavy too when I tested it out, so we are going to get rid of that one. Right now we're just going willy-nilly, I guess, with things. This is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Contour. Now this definitely piqued my interest when it first came out, especially because it's more of a contour, and although contour and bronze are two different things, so contour is more creating like shadows in your skin to kind of create shape, and a bronzer adds warmth to your skin, so it's not as shaping, but it does bring some like color back. I prefer more contoury, like bronzing, if you will, where it's a cooler tone bronzer. So I thought this would have been really great. And the thing is that I think the color is really pretty. I did swatch this one out in the shade Gentle, which is a cool taupe color, that top one right there, and it looks really beautiful, but it's a really big product. Like, I mean, it's, you know how like the Rare Beauty blushes, they're not that big. This is like 3 times the size, I feel like, of the blushes. And although it was really beautiful and I thought the color was really nice, I just don't think I need a huge contour thing. I think my Makeup by Mario, even though this isn't necessarily a contour, I feel like will serve the same purpose. I also have the e.l.f. Camo contour as well, which actually came out before this one, that I really enjoy the color, and it's like relatively the same thing. So I think, because I was kind of waffling back and forth when I was in store, because I was like, you know, I initially thought I wasn't going to get it, but I was like, you know what, let me swatch it. I want to swatch it and see. And I swatched it and it looked really pretty. So that's why I'm like really conflicted, because I'm like, it is really beautiful, but I don't think I need it. So we're going to move this to the Loves, because I might end up picking it up later once I finish my Makeup by Mario and my e.l.f. one. I might pick it up later, but it's not something I need right now. What actually really surprised me, so I have also been eyeing this Haus Labs Bio Radiant Gel Powder Illuminating Highlighter with Fermented Arnica highlighter in the shade Sunstone, and I was like, oh, I love the like gel to powder type of concept. That seems so cool. I hadn't seen it in store, and then when I went to go swatch it, it's like pure sparkle. What it seems like pure sparkle. Like, I just don't think it looks like that on the screen. So I don't know. Let's see what customers have to say about it, because it just didn't seem as like lit from within type of look. I don't know. And it's like I already have really nice highlighters that I already like, so I don't want to spend $40 on a product that I feel like is not going to work for me. Although lots of people say they love it. Maybe it's just me. I just felt it was too sparkly. So because I felt that way, I think I'm going to take it out of my cart. Yes, we're confident with that. One thing that I didn't get to try out is because they did not have it in store was this Iris and Romero Best Skin Days Brightening Dark Spot Treatment Concealer with Vitamin C. I don't know. It's one of those, like, we're not even going to take the time to do it. I'm going to just say no, because I really don't like not being able to swatch at least complexion products in store. I just feel like that has the option of, like, creating a lot of waste. So, because I don't know, I just feel like complexion products, you really do need to swatch them in the store if you're going to buy them online. All right, so let's go to this the other Rare Beauty product that is a newer release. This is the Soft Pinch Matte Bouncy Blush. And what's really interesting about this is that I did get to swatch this in store, and the texture is very interesting. It is like a putty type of texture. What it has going against it for me at this moment is that it's matte, and I actually really don't like any of the colors. When I looked in store, I really didn't like any of them. So I think these are just kind of like the standard colors that she has in other formulas. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I just couldn't get down with the matte and the colors. So we are going to remove that from the cart, and show some restraint. Ooh, there's another Merit one that is in Fox. We don't need that one because we're getting Bespoke. Alright, then we have the Benefit Cosmetics Cookie and Tickle Shimmer Finish Powder Highlighters. Why is it both of them? Cookie and Tickle. So Cookie is a very like classic highlighter shade. This has been on my bucket list forever, and I've still don't purchase it. And yesterday was the first time, or 2 days ago, whenever I went, it was the first time I actually swatched it in person, and it is really beautiful, but it's not anything different that I already have. So I am going to get rid of that one. If they had it in a mini, like I know they have some Benefit ones in minis, I think I would pick it up, but I'm not going to pick up a highlighter for $38 that looks just like all my other highlighters. All right, here is another new release, the Tower 28 Get Set Blur and Set Matte Powder Blush. So, the colors look really pretty, but again, it's matte, and I'm just not into matte. I'm just not into matte products at this moment. I mean, it even looks very matte, which is great if that's what you're looking for. It looks like this could be the product for you, and especially at $22 with a discount, I feel like that's a really great price, but not something for me. So we are going to get rid of it out of our cart. Then we're going to go to the Gucci Long Lasting Satin Lipstick. I picked out the shade Merry Mauve, and at my Sephora they did have this to test out, and I really wish it would have been one of the Gucci ones that had like the floral caps to it. I think those caps are so pretty. I mean, this cap looked pretty too, but you know, you want it really pretty. So this is the shade Merry Mauve, and it was really pretty in person, and I kind of went back and forth if I liked it or if I didn't like it, but I just don't wear lip products all that often. So for $49 plus 20% off, yeah, that's close to $10 off, but that's still a lot of money. And I already have a Gucci lipstick that I really do like that's in a different formula. So I think I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to delete this. And, you know, it's one of those that is pretty to look at, but not something that I feel like I need in my life. Okay, here's another Iris and Romero, just in a different color. So we'll get rid of that one as well. Here's another mascara that is new to the market. This is from Colfi. This is their Baddie Lash Smudge Proof Volumizing Tubing Mascara. So I haven't really been into tubing mascaras ever. And this one just looked very interesting because I like the wand of it. Other products that I have had similar wands I've really liked. Obviously the formula is different, but I know I like that shape one. So this one just seemed kind of interesting. So we see long lashes before single application, built application. That just makes them look maybe a little bit more volumized. Let's see, I need somebody with short lashes. Straight lashes before, single application. See, that looks pretty. And a built-in application. That looks really pretty too. So this might be something that I pick up. But let's look at the reviews real quick, because you know we gotta check. Flakes badly. Was exciting for tubing mascara, but it started flaking non-stop after an hour after I applied it. Pretty soon all the mascara had come off. They weren't joking when they said it comes off easily without trying. Otherwise it has a nice hold, length, and separation. Hold on, let's go to non-incentivized real quick. This one is a must-have. The mascara has been amazing for my flat lashes. It gives my lashes volume and length at the same time without making it look clumpy. Been using it every day. Flake City. Someone says this is their new go-to mascara. The product was so volumizing. The brush is perfect for both the bottom and top lashes. The Black Noir is a perfect black in my opinion. Length and volume. Wow, this is my go-to tubing mascara. I don't know why, but I've just been so like weary of doing tubing mascaras. Do I know why? Not really. So we're going to keep that in the maybe pile. All right, so let's move on to the Fenty Cheeks Suede Waterproof Powder Blush. Now, if you watch my videos, I did do a battle of the unboxings where I did get 2 shades of this formula, and neither one were the shades I thought I wanted, but didn't end up being the ones that I wanted. But the formula seemed really nice. That was really cool. But I do have two formulas in here or two shades in here that I wanted to look at. First time is the Summertime Wine, which is a rich berry. I did swatch this. It was really pretty. I just not from what I'm looking for at this time. I do have some other berry blushes I already have in my collection, so I don't think I need to add another berry one. But what am I going to do? I'm going to add another not that one. I'm going to add another nudie one. This is the Soft Rosy Taupe. It looked really beautiful. It looked really beautiful. I didn't even say the shade. Baking Cakes. This is the one I wanted initially, so this is what I'm going to get. So we are going to remove the Summertime Wine, and we will keep the Baking Cake ones. Here is Glossier, the Stretch Concealer for Dewy Buildable Coverage. I actually did get to check this out in store and swatch it out. I think this is going to be good for me. In the shade Very Light 2. I'm pretty sure that's the one that I swatched, and I think it'll work for me. It just seemed like a nice pot concealer, kind of lightweight but buildable kind of concealer. Interesting that it says dewy though. I don't remember seeing that. I don't remember seeing that when I put it in my cart. Let's read it out. I know people swear by this, but for me it creased immediately. That's what I'm afraid of. I think it's definitely something you should try to see if your skin vibes with it, but I feel like I don't even have dry under eyes and it didn't vibe. Great for a dewy under eye. The lightest shade in my shimmer shade doesn't work for me in the winter. Works great under my eyes. Doesn't emphasize creases as long as I don't powder it. If you want a matte look, I don't recommend this. But if you like dewy gloss skin, it could be great. I don't like dewy gloss skin. I would not recommend. I bought this to help cover my blemishes, but it did not cover anything. I tried leaving it on to dry down and then blending it out, but it did nothing. I tried using my brush and my finger. Okay. Definitely has a lot of coverage. However, I wish the shade range was a little bit better. Not a lot of actually neutral shades. I will agree. When I went to go swatch some stuff, everything seemed to run a little bit on the yellow side. Let's see. Let's do this to see if that does anything better. Get it? It's amazing and so creamy and blendable. Amazing concealer. I use it every day and I have dark under eyes. I also use it to spot conceal for an everyday makeup look. I would not recommend. Oh, we already read that one. Great for mature skin. I guess I'm kind of at that point. I'm in my mid-30s. I really love this concealer. I'm in my 30s and do have fine lines under my eyes. I find that if I tap it out under my eyes to blend, it goes on super smooth. I would recommend this concealer for mature skin. A new holy grail. You know, I think I'm going to try it. I think I am going to try it. So we'll keep it in the cart. We are all over the place. Okay, here is, say it with me again, more blush. More nude blush. So I do have a few shades in my cart. I did swatch these out in store, and I think I'm going to go with well, now I can't remember. Hold on, let's see. Let's see what shade I wanted to go with. Garçon. Yes, this is the shade. Just pinched mauve. We'll look at all the other shades because I think I had Chochette in here as well. So Garçon is the third one down. I just thought it was pretty. Oh, I have, Chochette, which is the second from the bottom. Those were the two that I was thinking of, and I think I liked the Garçon one better. What I liked about this is that, kind of opposite to Merit, this seemed to have some lasting power. Granted, I didn't try it on my cheek, I just swatched it on my arm, but I think it had a lot of staying powder just based off of how it's swatched. More of a natural finish. So let's quickly look at the reviews to make sure I'm not out of my mind thinking that way. All right, let's go to skin type, combo, oily, done. Easy morning makeup routine makes putting makeup on a breeze. Just a few strokes on my cheeks and eyes, blend and done. Oh, can it be used for eyes? I mean, I guess anything can, but Interesting. This is the Olive Skin Holy Grail, the shade that I'm choosing. It is the ultimate cream blush bronzer of your dreams. Blush bronzer. See, that's what I like. If you're light to medium olive complected, please get this. The price is so worth it. I've searched years for this dreamy little stick. I use it on my lips, cheeks, eyes, everywhere. Okay, I guess you can. Oh, this one says no. The color is perfect. However, the formula does not work with my skin. No matter what way I applied, it would always be patchy and pigments would sit in my pores. I returned this item. Okay. So I think we're going to keep, $48. I just realized the price of that. That is crazy. Here's the Show Shot one. Okay, we're at least getting rid of that one. This one is just a quick, the Belif, the True Cream Aqua Bomb with hyaluronic acid and niacinamide. I get a lot of Belif products in my subscription boxes. I think I put this one in there to have a bigger one, but I think I have so many of the tiny little ones that I don't necessarily need this, but I am going to move it to my Loves for future purposes if I need to pick up any more skincare. Where are we at? Okay, the Yves Saint Laurent. These are also newer blushes. When I went to swatch, these are actually really, they feel really good. But I didn't love any of the colors. Yeah, they just, and it's so funny because I had been tracking this since Trendmood mentioned it, that it was coming out, but they mentioned it was coming out, I don't know, 3 months before it actually came out. And then when it did come out, I was disappointed because the shades that I thought I was going to really like weren't in the US. So that was a little bit of a bummer to me. But if any of these shades do speak to you, the texture of it felt amazing, and it just kind of a silky type of blush, and the packaging is beautiful too. So if that is something that is in your realm of what you want, go for it, but it is not in what I want. This K18 Biomimetic Hair Science dry shampoo has been in my cart for quite some time. The bigger one was just $48. This is the travel size one. This is $24 for a travel size one, but I've heard really good things about it. But I'm do I want to spend $24 on a dry shampoo what if I love it? What if I love it and then I have to spend $48 each time I want it? No, thank you. But it's been in my cart forever. So what do I do? I think I might try it. This is another Makeup Forever Super Boost Lightweight Moisturizing Skin Tint with hyaluronic acid and polyglutamate acids. This is a newer product as well, and I did see this in store, but I forgot to swatch it. But looking at the shades online, and again, it's a skin tint, so they're usually with skin tints they don't have as many shades because one shade can kind of expand to a lot of different shades, but I wasn't feeling the shade. So the color that I think would work for me is one for very fair to light skin with neutral undertones. And I don't know. I don't think it's for me. I want a little bit more coverage than that, which I think the Milk Makeup one will give me a little bit more coverage than this one. So I think I'm going to pass on this one. So we will get that out of the way. Look at our little carts. We're almost $1,000 down. We still have so many more products to go. Oh my gosh, this video is going to take forever. This is a new thing to me. This LYS Beauty Speak Love Lip Plumping Glossy Lip Balm. I put this in my cart yesterday in recommendation from somebody I like to watch, Samantha March, and she really enjoyed it, but again, I don't really use lip products all that often. I mean, it is really pretty, but I think, and $19 is a pretty great price. I feel like for Sephora, let's be honest, for Sephora, that's a great price, but I don't know if I need that in my life. Let's look at reviews. Let's see, a new favorite. I'm obsessed. The charismatic colors play it safe, and I want every shade. The packaging is beautiful and practical. The shade is beautiful and very natural. I almost forgot this was lip plumping balm. I felt a slight tingle, but nothing that would cause burning or discomfort. That's the other thing. I don't really like plumping stuff.
Obsessed with the packaging, blah, blah, blah. Love this gloss. Formula is great, not sticky, very hydrating and balm feeling. Love the shades as well. Worst packaging ever. This is such a huge, clunky, triangle-shaped balm that is impossible to apply from the tube. Formula, nothing special, but it's very shiny. I think I'm gonna no-go. I'm gonna nix this one. All right, here's a fragrance that I didn't get to check out in store because they didn't have this one. They had a lot of different iterations of the Burberry Her, but they did not have Eau de Parfum Intense with strawberry and orange blossom. That just sounded really nice. Strawberry and orange blossom. Yeah. Wild strawberry, orange blossom, and Broxton. It does sound really nice, but not something that I'm willing to pay that much money for blind buy. So we are going to say bye-bye to blind buy. Here was another lipstick that I did test out, which I just feel like it was pretty, but again, not anything that I need in my collection at this time. This was from Hourglass, their Unlocked Satin Cream Lipstick, specifically in the shade Tide 302, a rose, what is it, rose beige? Rosy beige? Again, it was pretty, but not something that I need. So we're gonna say goodbye to that one as well. Ooh, here is one that I'm definitely going to be picking up. This is the Gucci Luminous Matte Beauty Blush. I actually already have one of these in a more pinky coral shade, but rosy beige, say it with me, nude blush. Really liking it. I swatched this. This is the first thing I swatched, and it was so beautiful. And the packaging's really pretty too. How can we deny that? Ooh, cheeks and eyes, or just cheeks and eyes. Oh, I like that. Multi-purpose. It was really pretty. So, and it felt really nice. It felt like the YSL ones that I just talked about. It felt really good. So we are going to be getting that one faux show, even though it's very expensive. This haul is just going to be blushes, isn't it? That's all it's going to be. I have a feeling. This one I'm going to be picking up as well. This is Dead Cool Mochi Milk Eau de Parfum in the travel spray. This I actually got from what Beauty Tap to try out, to review. So I got a sample set that actually is sold at Sephora. And this was one of their newest ones that was included in the sample set, and I fell in love with this one. I was like, I have to get this in a travel spray. It is their Mochi Milk, so it's a warm and spicy with warm and sweet gourmands, marshmallow, vanilla bean, and sweet rice milk. So kind of more of that lactic acid, vanilla, light kind of smell. Perfect for spring, perfect for summer. Definitely going to be picking this one up for sure. What else do we have? Ooh, this Dior Forever Glow Maximizer Longwear Liquid Highlighter. Now, in store, they only had a limited number of shades. They didn't have this nude shade that I was going for. And when I swatched it out, it was, like, I think I swatched the pink one. It looked really pretty, but again, nothing that I don't already have something similar to. So, and I've heard good things about it, but it's just like, I don't need another highlighter. So we're not going to get that one. We're going to say bye-bye to that one. This Say Dew Blush Liquid Cream Blush. So kind of the same as the bronzer, but in a blush. I would say it's not as dewy as you think it's going to be, but I didn't absolutely love the shade. The shade is called Rosy. It still looked a little bit pinky peach to me, and that's obviously not what I'm going for these days. So I'm going to say goodbye to that one. And what else do we have? Gosh, have we gone through everything? Please say we've gone through everything. That. Ooh, this replica Never Ending Summer Eau de Toilette with Orange and Spritz Accord. I did get a chance to smell this one, and it was nice, but not something that I feel like what I want. It is kind of, I feel like it was more kind of earthy. An earthy scent. It is very citrusy. Spritz Accord Orange and Vetiver. Again, it was nice, but not for me. So we can say goodbye to that. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Oh my gosh. All right, let's start from the top really quick and we'll kind of go through the things that I'm thinking about getting. That's still a very high number for me. So we have the Patrick Ta and She's Seductive. We have the Laura Mercier Bronze Color Infusion Talc Free Matte Luminous Duo. You know what? I'm going to move this to my loves right now. I want to see more reviews on this before I start spending $42 on it. So we're going to move that to my loves. All right, so of course it gives us another freaking view of things. Okay, so I think maybe the Makeup by Mario mascara, the Fenty Suede Waterproof Powder Blush in Bacon Cakes, potentially the Shiseido Eyelash Curler, the Kulfi Volumizing Tubing Mascara. We already talked about Patrick Ta, She's Seductive, the Merit Flesh Balm in Bespoke, the Glossier Paint Blush in Storm. I'm thinking I might move that to my loves too, maybe. Potentially the Kosas Air Setting Spray, the Gucci Luminous Matte Beauty Blush in Rosy Beige, the Glossier Dewy Concealer in Very Light 2, Patrick Ta, She Goes to the Gym, K18 Biomimetic Hair Science, the Milk Makeup in shade 3, the Hydro Grip 12-hour hydrating gel skin tint, the Dead Cool Mochi Milk Eau de Perfume, and then the Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks Lips and Cheek Blush in Garcon. Okay. So that's still a very big list. So I most likely will cut a few more things, but at this moment, that's what I'm feeling. But let me know down below what or if you're shopping this sale. Again, make sure you're shopping responsibly. You don't need to go into debt for makeup. You could maybe even Makeup by Mario or Fenty have better deals than 20% off. Again, I just like having everything in one place. So that's probably why I will purchase it here. But let me know, what are some things that you're going to be picking up or definitely not picking up? What are some things that you recommend too? I would love a list of other recommendations from people. But that is it for me for today. This was a long one. I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all the wonderful YouTube things. And with that, I will see you in my next one. Bye.